hall meetings, training and empowering widows, and building platforms where their voices can be heard and respected. The foundation also used the occasion to push for widow. Pastor Obodoekwe Izora Kate spoke about her journey.
Well, it's something I've always had a passion for, and unfortunately, I lost my husband. How I live, they should keep on being strong and resilient. That we are only widowed, we are not widowed. We can actually do something for ourselves, you know. I know it's not easy at all, but then I want them to be strong. I don't want
Umele, the presenter of Unzuko Umuwanyi on Aneke TV, a growing media house in Enugu State. Her program highlights issues regarding the welfare of the family and the society, ranging from gender-based issues, cultural, morals, and especially how women buy the foundation for her outstanding contributions and support to their cause. Overwhelmed with joy, the impact, the message remains strong.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Ofotu. It's exactly 9:30 and you're tuned into Sunrise on Aneke TV, your favorite morning companion and a daily dose of brightness. I'm Deborah Wakoba coming to you.
Are you at home, in the office, or perhaps in traffic? It's time for you to let the sunshine in, and I will thank you for letting us into your space this beautiful Thursday morning.
Your sunrise vibe that gets you ready to conquer the day.
Alright, so get coffee, grab that cup of tea or coffee, just like mine. It's time to let the sunshine in because sunrise is about to begin.
Coming up shortly, we'll kick things off with our quote of the day. Then
is straight into the day's top headlines on our news roundup. Everything you need to know to stay in the know, delivered clean and crispy.
We'll also give you a full weather forecast for cities across the southeast and beyond, so you know what to
bring you one of our very best, Mr. West, to bring us highlights, updates, and all you need to know about the sports around the world.
And later, we'll flip through major newspaper headlines and wrap things up with some fun global holidays worth smiling about. And so our quote of brilliant Matt Bayondi. He says, persistence can change failure into extraordinary achievements.
Wow, that tells you that with persistence, failure is not final. All right, remember to step out of your autopilot mode and chase something fresh today, even if it's just a new attitude.
Exactly. Remember, each new sunrise is an invitation to grow, try, learn, or simply be more present. Let us know what this quote means to you. Drop your thoughts on Facebook, X, Instagram, or right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. We'll go on a short break and we'll return with the weather updates.
Alright, you're still watching Sunrise News on Aneke TV. Let's take a look at today's weather across major cities in southeastern Nigeria.
Okay, let's kick things off in Oka. The morning will be mostly cloudy, transitioning to showers and rain starting around dawn and continuing through the afternoon. Temperature will reach 27 degrees Celsius, so it's not too hot, not too cold. Just grab your umbrella and you're good to go.
Alright, and if you're with us from the core city of Enugu, this morning, Enugu wake up with a cloudy weather in the skies, with rain and showers intermittently through the morning and early afternoon, rising at near 27 degrees Celsius. So, if you're heading out, keep the raincoat nearby and maybe get a hold of your umbrella. Thank you.
And now for Abakaleke, expect some light rain today, so don't leave the house without something to cover your hair or your vibe. Temperatures will rise to around 28 degrees Celsius, so it still feel warm, even with showers. Perfect weather to sip something cool while watching the rain dance.
And moving to the Javan city of Owerri. Over in Owerri, it's going to be a bit more dramatic with scattered thunderstorms. Yes, you might hear some rumblings. See quick flashes in the sky. Temperatures will stay at a comfy 27 degrees Celsius. So maybe swap outdoor plans for indoor fun today. Just keep your umbrella ready.
And in Umahia, early birds might wake up to some thunderstorms before sunrise. Nothing to worry about, just the cloud being noisy. After that, it's a mix of clouds and off and on rain throughout the day. The weather stays cool at around 28 degrees Celsius. Ideal for a calm, cozy Thursday. Just take it easy and let the rain do its thing.
Alright, so wherever you are in the southeast today, stay hydrated, dress light, keep an umbrella close, rain or shine, we've got you covered. That's your Thursday weather watch. I am Uche Osai. Right next, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll bring up our news headlines for today.
You're still watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. Let's see what's making the front news today. In The Nation, Punch, Vanguard, and The Guardian newspaper. On today's show, we'll be having our analyst, Comrade Ambassador Chima Chibike. Now on The Nation headlines. Money laundering, EFCC launches probe into real estate. Mr. Chibike, what are your thoughts on this?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Deborah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
Uche, how you doing? It's my pleasure to be here. In the first headline for today's show, in the newspaper headlines, based on the EFCC probe, launches probe on focusing on Nigeria's real estate. Now I'm coming to it. Now I see that there are some reasons based on the investigation of the EFCC. Now the EFCC believes that there are many estates in Nigeria, particularly in Abuja, that have been funded with stolen public funds For example, now if you go to Abuja right now, you see that some people there always build their estates. They don't have their means of income. They cannot explain how they got the money. Okay, so now I see the reasons for EFCC to make an investigation. Okay, because there are more challenges based on towards it, the public funds, all those things. Now coming to it, some people now are into, if you ask them, they are into real estate, but they cannot tell you how they got the money. Okay, and now there's many scope for the investigation for the EFCC to do that. Now the EFCC now set up a special task force to track down the owners of those properties across Nigeria, not just in Abuja. Now their aim is to identify the true owners and uncover illicit wealth disguised. For example, now there's something that happened recently. One guy that's called Scott, that on social media, he'll be like, he was dragging a P1 real estate company. You understand? So now, then last week, they arrested him. He was detained. Okay, now he was saying that real estate company, P1 real estate company, has been selling fake receipts to people. If you are to probe the man who is the owner of P1 real estate company, he won't be able to explain to you how he got his funds, everything, how he started up his real estate company. But you see the reasons of EFCC to probe into how they got their own money. But I haven't heard anything from EFCC towards the matter. You understand? So I think that is I think it's best for them to start probing on how people all those into real estate, so that they can know the exact way they create their funds, everything about it, and how they analyzed their businesses. So I think it's very good for EFCC to do so. Thank you.
All right. Going further, you discover that this is a very good one. Yeah. According to the Nation newspaper, the EFCC, we believe that this should not be for optics alone.
Yeah, sure.
That it should go beyond the front pages of the newspaper and making declarations. You understand?
Yeah.
Because going into the details, you discover that they are linking a lot of estates to civil servants.
Sure.
A lot of civil servants. How do you reconcile what a civil servant earns to any large estates? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we would encourage and expect that the EFCC will go beyond the words and investigate in detail how the civil servants are able to come up with such homogeneous amount to invest in real estate. And if they discover that a civil servant is corrupt, they should equally go further. Do you understand? Because listening to the present owner of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, he said it's not possible for the civil servants to commit fraud alone. However, we must point out the fact that there are no laws, according to him, to show up or that will stand in defense of the civil servant. Should he say no to a corrupt politician or corrupt public official who would mandate him to do certain things, that even if he goes to court, if sacked from his job for standing up against the politician, refusing to toe the line of corrupt public servants, you understand, that before the issue is heard in court, it will take a longer time. Exactly. You understand? So, we are caused the fact that there has to be enabling laws that will protect our civil servants. You understand?
Yeah.
Again, during the era of President Olusegun Obasanjo, he talks about evil civil servants, not civil servants. He said evil civil servants.
Yes.
All right. So that tells you that there's a lot of decay in the system. But like I said, we hope that EFCC would, this time around, mean business, delve into it. Let's see how this nation is being shortchanged.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah. I have something to add to what you're saying about the FCC, based on towards civil servants, not only civil. I love the fact that you said not only it has to be civil servants. You understand? There has to be law guiding the probing, not only civil. I think they have to include politicians, because a lot of our politicians are embezzling funds. A lot. Because you can't see the reason why a politician, when he is to do something, he has to do. He will just make promises. There are a lot of politicians that are doing it.
It's in the nature of politicians to make promises, actually.
No, but yes, I know it's their nature. To make promises, okay? But it's very wrong.
they can just make, you cannot just, for me, I'm this kind of person that in nature, I don't accept promises. I just accept it in the fact that it's better you don't make promises to me than you making me promise me, but you do it.
If you want to do something,
Exactly.
just do it.
Exactly.
Instead.
Now, some of them cannot tell you their source of income. They can't. They can just be like, maybe to please you, for you to vote for them, all those things. They can't. They will just make promises. Now, they will go back. Maybe they have their own source of income. Maybe through they have NGO, they're into illegal businesses, all those things. Now, they'll make promises to you. They'll go back, maybe if they have any source of income, they'll go be like, we want to do this thing, we want to do this kind of stuff. Now, those people that they got their source will sponsor them. And once they sponsor them fulfilling that promises, they can't fulfill it again. They'll just make you like, fake promises to you. Like, so I think that the EFCC has to probe them once they discover that this kind of people, they don't have to make this kind of money, like building like 1 billion mansion in Abuja, all those things. I think they have to investigate, not only civil servants, because a civil servant can just can just save 50% of his earning every month. You understand? But they don't have to focus on the civil servants or even our young guys, because a lot of people are trying to earn their living safe. Yeah. But they have to focus on politicians too.
This time around, I think you're in the right direction. Yeah. But I think what EFCC is saying this time around is that they are particularly about civil servants. You understand? Yeah. They are trying to investigate, understand how civil servants whose source of income are known, who and what they earn per month. Yeah. You understand? How they come about owning large estates in the cities. You understand? Yeah. So that's what we're saying. That is a very commendable one. Yes, they will expect that EFCC will go beyond rhetoric this time and go into it. Then let's see results. You understand?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Now over to the Punch headline. Foreign investors sell off 576 billion naira Nigerian stock in 6 months.
Oh, all right. You see, anyway, they say apple does not fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
You understand? We've been, sorry to say, in a very unstable climatic, economic condition with our policies and all that. But we may not really blame this solely on our government. Yeah. There are a lot of factors that may mistake this. However, if you take a look at this headline with the Punch, 576 billion from the Nigerian Stock Exchange, this simply tells you that the foreign investors are moving their investment away from Nigeria. Yeah. Are you getting me? Yeah. This is very huge. You understand? Moving this away from the economy. As compared to by this time last year, you discover that the 576 billion is so huge. When you check between January to this time last year, 2024, you discover that over almost about 18 billion naira has been moved away from the Nigerian economy by this withdrawal of over 517 billion naira from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. This will have ample effect on the Nigerian economy and the citizenry. You understand? When you look at it this way, this amount of money being moved from Nigerian Stock Exchange, these foreign investors, when they sell off their portfolio, they would have to convert the money to foreign exchange, thereby putting pressure on our foreign exchange markets. Yeah. Do you understand? When they pull out this homogeneous amount, there will be increase in foreign exchange. Do you understand? The naira will be weakened.
Exactly.
So when you look at the ripple effect on the economy, that means it will create inflation.
Exactly.
Because the economy will begin to tank.
Yeah.
The economy will begin to tank, and there has to be increase in the cost of importation. The price of goods will start going high. And look at it. The average man, it will impact job opportunities. You understand?
Yeah.
When you look at, there will be less available funding in the country. There will be no money to fund new businesses, to solidify and consolidate existing ones, we begin to see that jobs will begin to run. You will not see new creation of new jobs as well.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, it's true. You know, I want to add something to this. Based on this foreign investors selling off their 576 billion naira worth of Nigerian stocks. Now, you know, I can see that they have their reasons for it. You know, there are several factors that contribute to this trend, like including high yields on treasury bills. You know when you say that foreign investors are attracted to safer high-yielding instruments like T-bills, okay? Now you have to say that what it offers, the returns it offers, like it can offer like 23 to 24% earlier every year, or especially in the year, okay? Now you have to say about how it lingers, the concerns over the foreign exchange and the policy stability, how it drives the foreign investors to exercise their caution. You know, you see that this is all the reasons for them to, you know, to sell off, you know, their stocks, all those things, so that it can bring, you know, the development warrants attention, like you said. You understand, based on inflation, many other things. You understand. So once they look into the development of the country, all those things, they'll be like, oh, I'll just have my reasons to. Let's just have our reasons to sell off these things, all those things, understand? But you know, our government too in particular, they have to maintain ground on how they can retain our foreign investors. Because, you know, once you start, you know, showing that you're very wise, all those things, it will make the foreign investors to detach from investing in our country. And once they make it too impossible for them to help to, you know, to invest, they'll just go. That's why you see Trump, when he has to keep on putting tariffs on so many countries. And you know, he doesn't care. Once he puts tariff on you, if you don't care, if you don't want, you go. Unless you are in for negotiation. I don't know if you get. So let our government try in as much as possible to make it very easy for our foreign investors to help.
Yeah, you know, naturally, it's not about thing to take profit from the economy. But this time around, just like you mentioned, we have to look at the factors that are causing this very withdrawal.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
That's why I said our government has to be very more serious, and also to help retain to make them interesting, to make everything look interesting.
Yeah, because this one really is showing lack of confidence by foreign investors, so they are pulling their funds away from the economy.
That's why I said our government
needs to sit up.
Yeah, they need to sit up. Exactly.
Okay. Now over to the Vanguard headlines. 2027 options before the North. As we all know, the North are finding it difficult to make a decision on the next presidential election, who to stand for or who to vote for by 2027. So please, can you, don't you think it's, Mr. Auche, don't you think it's quite unfortunate to start making, do I say unfortunate or something like that, like to start disturbing or thinking of who to make the next president by 2027? We still have like 2 years more or a year and to go before the next election.
It's a very unfortunate situation that we found ourselves in, that the new administration is already about 2 years gone into their tenure, and we start seeing campaign mood and talking about who will succeed the next government. 2027 is still far. You understand? Yeah. It's a very, I don't know how Nigeria got to this point. It's very sorry situation. However, what is the factor that is making the North have to make an option at this time? You see, it's as if the country is already on political mode, on electionary mode.
Yeah.
Let's look into these very factors that would make the North, at this point in time, try to consider what's their position concerning.
Yeah, you know, let me add to this now, okay? Let me add exactly to this, because like I'm in love with what is happening about the options towards any geopolitical zone. You understand? Especially this particular headline in I think it's in Vanguard, right?
Yes,
Yes.
in Vanguard.
Vanguard newspaper for them to headline that that the options 2027 options before the North. Okay, now coming to the North, sometimes in Nigeria politics, every eye has to be on the North.
Yes.
Because based on they have a large population. Okay, now
That's true.
which politician is to convince them? Now in Nigeria now we have leading candidates. One, Mr. Peter Obi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Two, there are some rumors that the former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is coming out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and also Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State,
Okay.
is also aspiring, who is a member of the ADC coalition. Also now the president, the incumbent president himself, President Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, now coming to the North options for 2027. Now you have to look into the investing into North. Do you understand?
Yes.
Into the North region. Which of these leading candidates has invested? Now coming to Peter Obi, let's just say I would say that Peter Obi didn't lose the 2023 election, but based on the way the Nigerian this thing is, you understand? You just have to be like, okay, fine. He has to go on with it. You understand? And people in social media they'll be like, Peter Obi didn't lose the 2023, but it doesn't stop him from being who he is. Now, if you look around, Peter Obi has already spent around 500 and something million naira. But based on, he has invested in Southeast, South, Northeast, North Central, those things, especially in the North. Okay. Now, if you watch some news, some trending news in social media, you see that Peter Obi has been going to the North. Last week, there's a video with a picture of him with El-Rufai. You understand? So people now are bringing in talks. Wow, what is happening? You sure that are you sure that Peter Obi is not planning something fishy? All those things. You understand?
Exactly.
So there are being rumors that are saying Peter Obi might just gain interest. You understand? On this northerners. You understand?
Yes,
And also now coming to the former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. If he is to get support from the North. Now, let's just go back to his regime. You understand? It has to focus on his, having the interest of the North during his regime. You understand? Maybe he tried. The former president really tried during his time, because then when his regime, we heard that this thing happened in the North, this one happened in the North, there are bombings, all those things, you understand? But he did his best to make sure that there's a lot of development being made then. You get? Now coming to Rotimi Amechi, because these are the leading candidates now, everybody are focused in towards the 2027 election. Now it has to determine his political stand. Maybe he has. I think that he has a title from the North. Rotimi Amechi has a title from the North based on his relationship with the North.
Yeah, something of Daura.
Yes. Then during Buhari's burial, the former president, he wore an attire of a northern attire based on regarding to his northern title. Yes, he's a Rivers man, but he has that title. So it has to regard based on his relationship with the North. So I think, but for me to say, I think that maybe for people to have options to win the North regards to their investments in the North. Because a lot of people do, say that there's nothing in the North, all those things that there are not a lot of development, that the focus has to be there, so that if you want to win if you want to gain a lot of votes, you have to focus on the North. That's why a lot of people are trying to use Muslim tickets, all those things, so that they can attract the attentions of the North. But I think that the North right now, they are awoken.
All right. Like I said earlier on, the whole about the options before the North in 2025, when the nation is still ahead of 2027 is unfortunate. But if we are weighing these options before them, what are really these options before them? Therefore, when you look at the names being banded as the options for 2027, then one may begin to reason that the North has accepted the fact of that agreement between the elites, the Nigerian leadership, for power to rotate between the North and the South, out of which the present administration led by Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already 2 years into his first tenure of 4 years. So, be that as it may, if they have that agreement and they are beginning to search for options, and we are going to look at these very candidates being mentioned, Bola Tinubu is equally in the fray to be considered. In fact, he is of the opinion that he needs more time to consolidate the gains and achievements of his government. So it's all left for the North to decide. You've rightly mentioned Peter Obi in the fray. Well, Peter Obi is becoming a household name as far as the Nigerian politics is concerned, and one may begin to say that we are going to say that he's making inroads in the North. He's becoming more acceptable than he was during the 2022 election. You begin to see him with figures like Nasir El-Rufai, who was one of his major critics during the 2023 election. You understand? So, Peter Obi, if he makes that incursion into the North, and given his philanthropic disposition, one may begin to see him equally as a very viable option, given his political ideology and leaning. When you read through his manifesto, he said that his sole aim is to move the country away from consumption to production, and that the emphasis of his government when he gets to the government will be focused on the North. He always mentions about the vast, large landmass that we have in the North, which can be used, will be used during if he goes there for cultivation, for farming. You understand? So when you look at his ideology, his rhetoric and all that, you will begin to see that he is equally a very viable option as well. But there is a very serious factor to note here. Atiku is equally considered in the fray. Atiku is from the North. Do you understand? So this time around, will the North want to go back, severe from the agreement of power rotation between the North and the South, and go for an Atiku? You understand? Atiku has always been in the fray. One may begin to is about 30 years now that he's been trying to get into the presidency, you understand? But one may begin to ask, what is the motivation for refusing to respect that agreement? There are people who have the opinion, though, that given everything, that power should not be rotated between North and the South, but we should go for the very best candidate, training open for every candidate, every Nigerian to contest. If we try this line again, there are still people on the opposing side of the table who have the opinion that they are being marginalized. You understand? When you analyze and check this, you see that even power coming to the South, those from the eastern parts of the country will feel that they are highly marginalized, because former President Obasanjo spent 8 years. Afterwards, you see Dr. Goodluck Jonathan from the South doing another 6 years. So invariably, the Southeast has been left out from the fray. You understand? So when they make an argument for this, they should equally be considered. Again, another person that we take an exceptional look at is Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. Why is he an option for the North this time around? Being that the North overwhelmingly rejected him in 2015. Exactly. So how come the man they say that he failed, he has not done well?
Why did he? He tried. He really tried.
That's the opinion. But why did the North reject him? That he failed. He failed in security, he failed in economy, that as far as they were concerned, he was a total failure. Do you understand? And they invariably rejected him. How come this time around he becomes an option? Then we begin to look at the optics, PDP. What is the factor in play at this time? The PDP going to bring Dr. Goodluck Jonathan when most of them will be accused of doing anti-party in 2015. Most of them were part of the people that rejected him. They are now bringing him into the fray again. One, it needs a lot of questions to be asked. Then talking about Rotimi Amechi, the former Minister of Transportation, who is equally a member of the coalition of the ADC. Yes, he is equally qualified. He is experienced as well. So, at the end of the day, it's all behoves on the North as they are making these choices on who to choose. My take on this is that whatever choices is being made, everybody should be given the electioning and the political space should be opened. Everybody should have equal rights to campaign, you understand, campaign, give out their manifesto, and let the citizens be the ones to choose who they want, not a particular group of people, the airlines or the politician imposing a candidate on the masses. I think that's my take on this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now over to the Guardian headlines. First Lady's humanitarian donation hits 12.9 billion naira in 2 years.
All right, we commend the First Lady for her donations. It's a very commendable one, and I think the government has to step up more, in as much as she is trying, but they are equally to be considered. What is the budget for the office of the First Lady? Where is this money coming from? Do you understand? How is she assessing this money? But on the long run, donating for humanitarian purposes is commendable.
Yes, commendable.
So we encourage her.
This is commendable. And thank you very much. As always, you can grab physical copies at your favorite vendor or catch the e-papers online. After the break, it's time to unwind with a little. We'll be sharing some of today's most interesting global holidays and quirky celebration. Stay with us.
Alright, thank you for still staying with us on Sunrise today on Aneke television. Let's lighten the mood today. We are looking at 4 global celebrations. Today we look at the Aged Care Employment Month as part of the celebration of the day. What is Aged Care Employment Month all about? This is a day that has been set aside to recognize, celebrate the hard work, dedication and compassion of people who work in the aged care sector. These include nurses, personal care workers, kitchen staff, cleaners, lifestyle coordinators, administrative staffs, volunteers, and many others who help for the elderly residents in facilities, home care or community, and in any of the care settings. Why it matters. Aged care workers often go unrecognized despite playing a vital role in supporting the well-being and dignity of elderly people. This day helps remind everyone of their value and the importance they make daily. How is it observed? Thank you events like morning teas, lunch parties, or award ceremonies. Gifts, tokens of appreciation such as cars, flowers, certificates, or small gifts from management or residents to, and even from families to appreciate them for the work they do. You can as well celebrate them on social media and in public. Organizations post shout-outs using hashtags like "Thanks for caring." Videos, messages, and photos are shared to showcase AIDS care teams. Public figures or local leaders may give official messages or visits.
Okay, we also have the Purple Heart Day. Purple Heart Day is here to pay honor and respect to recipients of this medal who have been wounded or lost their lives in service of the U.S. military. There's how to celebrate the Purple Heart Day. You can thank a veteran. You can show some deep appreciation for the service men and women in the area by thanking friends, families, co-workers, and others who have served in the U.S. military. Even those who were not wounded or who have not received a Purple Heart still deserve to be shown gratitude for their service to the country and protection of freedoms. You can also join the National Purple Heart Honor Mission. Those who are interested in more involved with Purple Heart Day might want to connect through this non-profit organization, whether making a donation, signing up for emails and notification, or getting connected in other ways. So you can thank someone to celebrate this National Purple Heart Day. And the National Purple Heart Honor Mission is a great way to show support and make a difference in lives of those service men and women and their families who have been honored with the Purple Heart.
So let us know where you're celebrating from and how you're celebrating. Tag us on Aneke TV across our social handles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, or call us on phone on 0703 043 7110.
And that's a wrap on today's edition of Sunrise on Aneke TV. Thank you for waking up with us. It's always a pleasure. I am Deborah Wakoba.
And I am Uche Osai. Thank you for staying with us.
The red cap is a powerful symbol of authority, tradition, and chieftaincy. It signifies leadership, cultural identity, and a connection to the ancestors. The red cap is primarily worn by men who hold traditional titles such as Nze, Ozo, Ichie, Chief, Onyish. The number of eagle feathers on the cap can denote the wearer's status within the chieftaincy system. The red cap comes in different shapes, and each shape represents a particular hierarchy in the traditional institution in Igbo land.
Yes, dear viewer, many thanks to you for having joined us on your program, The Arena, on Aneke Television today. My name is Chris Aniwogu, thanking you for being our companion. Yesterday on the show, we have a team of discussants who have come to lend their thoughts on what we're looking at on the show today, leveraging on tech for a greater business boom, especially with the youth in view. That's what we're looking at today on Aneke Television. Much is being talked about innovation, creativity, around tech, especially with AI on board now. So these are more what we'll be looking at on the show. Let's see how we could leverage on all of these technology now to promoting business. Yes, business. Because what is business if not the people? And what is the society without business? So these are more on the show. And we have joining us to do justice to this matter, the Director, Global Cares, Mr. Chikelu Divine. It's a pleasure having you join us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pleasure. And then we have a very beautiful woman here, the founder, Digital Mom Academy, and there's a Chianumba Okezie. You're welcome as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so dear viewer, you sit back now as the discussion unfolds. Let's begin with you, Mr. Chikelu. Technology everywhere now. Some said it was prophesied before now. I don't know if you know the story of the man who saw tomorrow. Some time ago. What's that his name? The man who saw tomorrow. It was part of what they said, the time will come. Now we are in the age of technology.
That's true.
But then talk to us. When we say tech, what are we looking at?
All right, let's just like to break it down.
Go ahead, sir.
And honestly, tech is actually a good thing that happened to us. Let me start from the point of view of situation we face in the society right now of unemployment, letting into the youth. And why I say it's a new thing that happened to us is that tech is actually bridging that gap of unemployment and rest of that. Why do I say so? Everybody, even teenagers, can access phone. They can access internet. It wasn't like that in years back. As long as you can use phone and you can access internet, tech has happened to you. And it's a bridge that happened to our societies. So in a simple form, it's just about Internet of Things, about understanding internet and how to use your mobile devices. This is a simpler way of tech we can explain to someone.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much. Adeze, you are a much young person. Yes, that's right. Looking at you.
You think so?
Yeah, but you wouldn't belong to the class of people who belong to the older generation.
Yeah.
A young woman.
I agree.
So when we now say let's trace the history of mankind, man's journey in life, when I want to refer us to the Stone Age generation, back in the days when man was trying to discover himself, his environment, but all that is gone now.
Yeah.
Now we're in a generation, this is the age where, as he said, it's all about the internet now.
Yeah.
Technology everywhere.
Yeah.
Would you want to do his path? Or do you want to maybe oil it a bit more? Let's understand better from you. Or are you looking at what we say technology? Tech.
I agree with you. Okay, let me oil it a bit. When you say technology has always been here. Now, what is technology? They are tools, systems, digital platforms that makes your life easy, gives you speed. Whatever makes your life easy is tech. Wheelbarrow is a tech. Yes, because before you carry things on your head, but now you use wheelbarrow. It's tech.
Really?
The vehicle, yes.
Oh.
The vehicle that you use every day makes you travel faster. It's tech. So tech has always been there. But the thing about tech is that it keeps evolving.
Okay.
Now, in today's world, when we talk about tech, we talk about digital platforms that makes your life easy, that makes your career easier, makes you earn more than you used to earn before when there were no digital platforms.
Okay.
So tech has always been there. It evolves, and everybody uses tech in one way or the other. The pen you are using is tech. We were using feathers to write before. Okay, the paper you are using is tech. This was what was being used. We were writing on stones. In the Bible, it was
That's
stones.
right, stones.
So tech is everywhere.
Like the Ten Commandments were given to Moses on stone.
Exactly. So we are all using tech, but it's evolving. The thing is that some people are being left behind. Now we have AI, which is the new era of tech that we are in. Now tech is anything that makes your life better. Helps you to do things faster. We talk about productivity, all right? If you're running a business, it helps you to earn more money than you would have earned, assuming you were just doing things the traditional way that you were doing before. In your career, it helps you to grow faster. Before we only had TV, now we have YouTube. So you see, tech keeps evolving. It has always been there. So whatever makes your life easy, the tools, the systems, the platforms that makes your life easy is technology.
Whoa, okay. Now we are getting it clearer and clearer. So at the moment, yes, it has always been there according to Daisy. But then at the moment, we are dealing with, I think, a more sophisticated level in the history of technology now.
Yes.
Internet is there. Now you made mention of AI, the artificial intelligence. Chicken, I don't know. Artificial intelligence. The last time I heard about AI, the very first time.
Which year was that?
I wouldn't want to tell you. I became pretty much scared.
Okay.
Because I felt like these people have come to take my job away from me. Do you understand? So let's look at artificial intelligence in technology.
Okay.
Before we get down to the main business of understanding how these things can really help to improving businesses.
Okay. You see, AI, artificial intelligence is actually things that help us to be smarter.
Okay.
You know, like Adeze said, tech helps us to be smart. And these days, smart work actually wins.
Yeah.
Not just hard work.
Yeah.
So the artificial intelligence is not actually here to displace our work, but to enable us to be more effective. And that's why we need to involve with things. And that's why we need to get acquainted. One thing about tech is a continuous learning. That's something about tech. So you embrace tech in everything you do just to be more smarter, more effective in your work. And I can tell you, AI will help you be more productive than displaying your work. They are not here to displace to teach what you're meant to do, but are here to make your work more effectively. What takes you an hour to do can take you 10 minutes to get done with AI, and even more organized. So that's it. Because one thing about technology and AI is based on your command, it's based on your prompts. So it's not actually generating things by itself. It takes humans' inputs. And not that. So it has a lot to do with your creativities. One of the gifts that we have as people is creativities. And it's that creativity that directs the use of those texts. So we must embrace our creativities in using of AI. And that's how it makes us more better, not to displace our work.
So AI actually is a friend to human.
That's true.
It's a friend.
That's true.
Not an enemy.
Not at all.
Do you agree it's a friend?
Yes.
Artificial intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, now. Now.
Okay.
Has AI not come to take people's jobs? For instance, you visit the banking halls these days and you see spaces that were originally occupied by people. But now, because we now have the ATMs in operation, people are now made to make use of the machines. Okay? Now, displacing people from there, do you think what's that? Is that not creating more unemployment in the system? And yet we secondate a friend to man.
Yes.
Like, these are just the little worries.
Yeah, I get you.
Sometimes it comes to these own goose pimples as in this enemy of man.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You have a point there, but let's look at it this way. Right from age immemorial, tech has been evolving, like I told you. When calculator came out, some people were against it. Okay, then the computer came out, television, even some religious body preached against it, but they are all there now. Social media was our time now. Yeah. All of us that were on social media those days, they saw us as unserious people when social media was new. Now, artificial intelligence is here. I said tech evolves. The artificial intelligence that you have now is not the artificial intelligence you're going to have in 2 years. We all remember when ChatGPT came out, 2021 or 2022? All right? What ChatGPT can do now, in just a space of, is less than 5 years. You can't imagine it. Now, AI is going to replace some people. Look at the people that it's going to do, people that don't embrace it. That's true. Those are the people that AI is going to replace. Because the AI that we use today is as intelligent as the person that is using it. Now, everybody needs to master how to use artificial intelligence, because it's here. It's not going away. It's going to keep getting better and better. Yes.
So in other words, it has come to stay.
It has come to stay. You either embrace it or you will lose out. Whether you have a business, whether it is your career, like you are here now. You know, with AI, I can clone you exactly the way that you are speaking and put it on out there. Nobody will know that it is not you.
You see the problem? Isn't that a problem?
No. Now, if you can do that, you create more. There's a negative part, yes, because you love what you're doing. But in the other side, it saves time for you. You can multiply yourself with AI. See, okay, you can multiply yourself with AI. You can. This thing you're doing here now, you can do it in different sessions at the same time in lesser hour. So you see, it reduces the time for you. It saves you time. You can have more time to spend with your family and children. Let's look at it from the positive aspect of it. Yes, I know we love our work. Like, AI is never really going to replace humans like that. Only people that don't learn how to use it. Whatever it is that you are doing, add AI to it. It will make your life easier.
The best part that I find much interesting in all of this discussion is the point you keep addressing. Embrace it.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will displace you.
Yes, exactly.
You just have no option than to embrace it.
Yes.
After all, when we go back to history, during the slave trade era, when the white men were coming here to take our people to the place called Free World, which is now America, to cultivate on their farmlands, you saw that you know, these people were throwing their resources into slave business. They would take our people there and then they use them in the farmlands to cultivate, what's the name of the sugar cane.
Yeah.
But then when Industrial Revolution emerged, the making of machines, now they discovered that what a tractor will be able to do on the farmland in an hour is going to take like 50 black men, maybe a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you saw slave trade had to phase off.
Yeah.
And then concentration was now geared towards
machineries,
So these things come with its own but then that's not the matter today. Back to you now, Chikedu. Business. Society would not prosper without business.
That's right.
And right now, even government now is becoming more interested in business. Unlike before when we said government is the bad manager of business. So everyone is onto business to make society grow. I'm not going to ask you what you mean by business. Is everyone's business to get into business?
That's true.
So, but then looking at tech in this age of ours, how can we leverage? No, before we leverage on it, how can tech assist in business promotion, business boom?
That's fine. That's fine.
How can it?
You see, for business, for you to be in business because you're making profits.
That's right.
Anything apart from profit is just fun you're having. So a lot of people use tech for fun. We're not going to excuse that. So, but you know, that's why we need to also understand the business of business in tech. So, because if you're not making profit, you're not in business. And tech is actually to help us be more productive. And once we are more productive, you can leverage more profit. You can meet more targets. You can scale and rest of that. Now, I want to say this. Like digital marketing are displacing most of the common marketing, conventional marketing we have, like billboard and all this. You can reach out to more people digitally than people. That's tech enabled. A lot of things happen around with tech. So even in marketing, in any aspect of business, you see where tech scale the business more. There's a record that once you was trying to tech enable business, like peradventure, I'm into auto. I deal on vehicles and all stuff like that. Then when I started engaging, there's an app we built, an auto office, where customers can also order their parts and everything. We have more sales. Just physical. You see where tech enables. So and tech is there to help what we do. And that's why I want people to understand this. Tech is not for fun. Some people see it as fun. Yet, all you could do is just send message, do a chat with someone. No, it's beyond that. It's here to make you make money, make your life better, make you more productive. We must see it as a work enabling tools, more than just for fun and rest of that. It does all those that. It's part of life. So and that's one of the things we are doing in startups at Enugu, you know, because we are creating that awareness for people to understand digital hub, what it means to innovate your business through tech, you know, make more positive, building a small groups that we come together and like, oh, we are tech enabling people, and this is things we can leverage on. But there are tools out there, many of them.
And those tools are what we're going to be looking at when we return from this short break, because as a matter of fact, every one of us need to get into business, if you're not yet in business. But since tech has come, she said it has come to stay. So we don't have any option than to embrace it. So but when we return, we'll deal more with how we'll be able to make use of these tools that are available within the tech space. Stay with us on going anywhere. Welcome to Aneke TV, the heartbeat of culture, truth, and innovation. From breaking news to inspiring documentaries, from grassroots traditions, mysteries of life to global perspectives, we'll tell your stories. We amplify your voice and your vision. With every screen we light up, we connect, inform, and empower. It's more than a television. This is Aneke TV. We move with the world. It's good to have you join us back on the arena on Aneke television. Just before I went on that break, I told you that we are looking at how to leverage on tech for a greater business boom, especially with the youth in view. And then we have Mr. Chikelu Divine, as well as Adeze Chanumba Okeze here with us, talking to us on these issues around tech, AI, and the rest of them. So I'm going to begin with you now, Adeze. In the business world, how can we begin to apply tech, especially with the tools? What's available out there within the tech space for business?
There's a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Let's have them come.
And to be honest, most people are sleeping.
That's true.
Okay, like I said, I like to say that technology amplifies whatever you are doing. How much is your salary? How much do you make in a month? With technology, you can 10 times that. Just like Divine said, that once they started using their app, they started having more sales. Now, if you're a business person, let's say you're running a traditional business, okay, where you make sales, you go and write it down.
When you say traditional business,
like you have a shop.
Okay.
Yes, your traditional businesses that are not digital businesses. All right, you have a traditional business, you have a shop, maybe you're a bakery, and you sell bread, and you have to, when you make sales, you have to write everything down in a piece of paper. That's like hundreds of
record keeping.
Yes, record keeping and all that. But with tech platforms, such as we have Seller for those that sell digital products. Okay, we have other e-commerce platforms. With tech platforms, you can easily automate that process. Anybody that buys from you is automatically recorded once they have access to your platform. All right. Now everybody uses WhatsApp. All you have to do is that you have a WhatsApp platform. All right. All your contacts are on your WhatsApp. You put out your business out there. You give them the link to your platform. All they just have to do is click, go to your platform, select what they want. Like every order, you don't lose money. You know, when you run a shop and you have people are trooping in, sometimes you have a lot of people at the same time. Managing that is a lot. But with tech, you can reduce that time wasted. You can reduce losses in your business. So when you use text, it improves your processes, the way you run your business, your record keeping, and for those of you that may want to attract funding, all these are some of the things that they look out for, because there are so much opportunities for businesses out there to attract funding. But when it comes to record keeping, not a lot of people have that. But with tech, it's simple. You don't have to worry about that. All you just need to do is plug in into that if you're a business. So there are so many platforms out there. All you just have to do is Google or go to AI. I love ChatGPT. Okay, let ChatGPT be your business coach. Okay, plug in. What do you do? Put it on ChatGPT. Tell me, how do I make my business better? How do I take excellent? Look at all the things I've been doing. How do I want to make 500 million in this quarter. I already made 10 million. How do I do that? You plug everything into ChatGPT. It will give you step-by-step direction what to do. And once you implement it, you are good to go.
You're good to go. My worry now, before my producer comes up with signals or round up, I don't know, young people. Let's look at the young people in society. If we must get tomorrow right, we have to start today. The young people are going to lead the society tomorrow. What they do with the internet is crazy. It's crazy. A lot of scam exists there, a lot of, well, let's not go there anyway. How do you think young people can actually leverage on technology, on AI, to promoting businesses for themselves and for society?
Okay, I'll start saying I'm a young person and how I do that. That's very important for us to understand. Despite the menace and things that are happening among young people, there are a lot of people leveraging on that for a good purposes.
Okay.
Let me say this. Tech is actually based on your command, based on your prompt. It doesn't produce itself. It doesn't have, it's based on your prompt. So it's a garbage in, garbage out. But it modifies and amplifies it. So one of the things that we need to do is to increase digital literacy among the youth. Many people are not channel aware. They don't have the right knowledge on how to use some of these tools. And also how to tap into our creativity. This is very important. Tech cannot take away our creativities. Okay. We must be very creative. This is how what makes us human. This was more better than tech. You understand that? So we need to increase this knowledge. We need to enhance this ability. And above all, there's something I always want to recommend. You know, I believe in collaborations and partnership. Why we see a lot of things happen along young people is because they are all, when we all comes together with a positive cause, you see, you can be encouraged by your friend. Oh, this can work and this can not work. That's what I keep emphasizing on Status Sat in Ogu. We are creating that as a hub where we gather young people to channel them. You see this money you are looking for, you can actually get it in a good way. So I believe us forming what we call even digital cooperatives, digital groups, business groups.
But then, is there, how do I put it, is there a platform, or is there a group, is it government-run? The startup you keep referring to. So that if you are watching, maybe
that's fine.
How do
that's
they...
fine. It's a community for tech-interested people. And it's a community for all, because everything you do, you need tech. That's whereby you teach people an effective way to use tech. positive and everything. We share a lot of knowledge, share a lot of opportunities in that platform. That's what it's all about. But and the truth is this: when we keep teaching the right way and what is right to do, we're gonna be helping to eradicate or reduce the negative vice that in process of using tech. So, and I believe tech is meant for good more. You know, it's based on our who we are as a person. So that's why more of it's teaching us on how to become good people. That's what matters. Teaching us how to become good people. You know, when we understand what it means to be a good person and what right thing to do in the societies, then we can use tech for that positivity. That's what it's all about.
So anybody, the young people watching now that may wish to be part of what you do, how do they come on board now? Since you said it's a community.
Okay, later.
The community here.
Okay, let me tell you guys. Yes. Startup South is in the South and it's in the Southeast. I'm the city lead for Startup South Enugu. It's a platform. Maybe after now we can share the link where or you just go to Facebook, search for Startup South Enugu. You will see our link to join our community. Now on this platform, we equip founders, people who are building things, right? You're building your business, you're building your career, you're building a startup. We give you the tools to leverage tech to improve your life, your business, whatever it is that you're doing. Like we teach you, we create that opportunity where people come to build, to connect, because most of us, we are in our rooms building our own things, but nobody knows that you actually exist. So that this is that platform for young people, all right? Millennials, Gen Zs, people who are interested in innovation. Even you too, you can be a part of it.
As an old man, is this man still young?
You are never too old for tech, neither are you too young for tech. Do you get so? Anyone can join that as long as you're interested in building things, you're interested in innovation.
What's the cost like?
It's free.
It's free.
It's a free platform.
It might interest you that most of the tech enabling tools are free.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna like. I can mention Canvas. It will help you in design or video editing. See, most times tech is not actually take much from us. It's actually free, and I always encourage people to start small, start where you are, then scale. So most of the techs too are actually free for start or low cost. And most people don't know about this. When you talk about tech, talk about, hey, this is much money now. And this is what one of the things the community helps you to understand. Helps you understand and take advantage of it.
If it's free, then I wonder, what's wrong with young people? For instance, anywhere you go, you see them on the phone. So what really are they doing with these things if they are not on such platforms where they now begin to make money for themselves? Because I must have to tell you, maybe, just maybe, technology has helped in the reduction of crime amongst young people.
Sure.
A lot of them get busy on the net. Instead of being out there to commit one or two, you get the point. So I don't know, you said it's on Facebook?
Yeah, we are on all social.
What do I do to
just
get
search for Startup South.
Startup South.
Startup South. You will see Startup South. We have different states, but you see your own state. Startup South Enugu.
And that's it.
Yeah. You follow. You see the link to join. We have a WhatsApp community. All right. To join, you can also check out our website startupsouth.org. You see everything that you need to see. Then when you are in the WhatsApp community, because everybody is on WhatsApp, so you get access to information, to opportunities, access to funding, access how to build your business, access how to use AI. And all this stuff.
Mentorship.
Yeah. And we are a non-profit. Yes, we are a non-profit organization.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, what it took us here at Aneke TV to get this team to come talk to you. Don't ask us what it took us. But then Aneke TV will keep doing this for you because it's part of our mandate to making society better. I want to say thank you for coming to our show today. But we look forward to having you again and again. As far as tech is concerned, you said it keeps improving.
Yes, sure.
So we're going to keep having you to update us more and more.
No problem.
Time will never be enough on this show, but then we need to go.
Yes.
All right, so there you are. Mr. Chikelo Divine is the Director, Global Cares. Thank you for coming. And then Adeze Chanumba Okeze is the founder at Digital Mom Academy. Thanks also for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
So until we come again, go and try it out. It will be beneficial. My name is Chris Aneke.
There are two types of kola nut produced in Nigeria: kola nitida, otherwise called goro, and widely eaten in northern part of Nigeria. Kola acuminata, also referred to as Igbo kola, is of local origin and occupies an important position in social, religious, and sacred ceremonies in Igbo society. It is seen as a vital and sacred fruit in Igbo land and serves as the major instrument of prayers connecting the ancestors. It cements discussions and also the fundamental bedrock of philosophy and proverbs. It is a symbol of welcome, unity, and peace. If kola nut contains one cotyledon, it is regarded as dump kola nut and thrown away. Kola nut with 4 cotyledons represents the 4 Igbo market days: Eke, Orie, Afo, and Nkwo. If kola nut contains more than 6 cotyledons, it signifies blessings and wealth, and it is celebrated. There is also another type of Igbo kola nut called Ojugo, which is referred to as the king of Igbo kola. The reproductive organ of the kola nut is referred to as the tongue, and it is removed after prayers and thrown to the spirit of the ancestors.
Ekele m ọjụ kwana ihe eji agọ ndụ ndụ a na-atọka onye anabara nke ya na ụlọ agwọ ibe anyị adị nọ ogologo ndụ arụ ike na ọdụmma ihe eji ene ndụ anya na onye nwere ihe eji ene ndụ anya na ịrụfụta nwere ya ịmara na nsogbu riri ya olise bụ anyị na-ekele gị Chukwu okike onye ogologo ndụ na ogologo anya na-ahụ udo na ọchịchị anyị na-ekele gị na-ekele maka tata na-ayọ maka echi maka na ọsọ maka eme echi anyị mara na anyị adị ka echi na echi anaghị agwụ agwụgwụ na ihe ya adịrị anyị mma ndị be anyị onwekwana ihe ọzọ na anyị enye ndị ichie jupụtara anyị na-ere nke
Beauty is not a mirror's gift. It lives deeper in how we listen, how we love, how we live. It's the kindness that lingers and the courage that doesn't quit. The world may sell perfection, but real beauty is flawed, fierce, and free. It's in stretch marks and smile lines, in stories and scars. When you see someone who glows, it's not their skin, it's their soul breaking through. That's beauty, raw, radiant, and real.
Zenzile Miriam Makeba, nicknamed Mama Africa. She was a South African singer, songwriter, actress, and civil rights. Born March 4, 1932 in Johannesburg to Swazi and Xhosa parents, was associated with various musical genres such as Afro-pop, jazz, and music world. Makeba's career flourished in the United States and she released several albums and songs, her most popular being Pata Pata 1967. Along with Belafonte, she received a Grammy Award for Best Folk Recording for their 1965 album An Evening with Belafonte Makeba. Makeba was among the first African musicians to receive worldwide recognition. Despite her cosmopolitan background, she was frequently viewed by Western audiences as an embodiment of Africa. She was also seen as a style icon in both South Africa and the West. On 9 November 2008, Makeba fell ill during a concert in Castle Volturno near Caserta. She suffered a heart attack after singing her hit song Pata Pata and was taken to the Pinter Grand Clinic where doctors were unable to revive her. She was 76.
Welcome to Aneke TV, the heartbeat of culture, truth, and innovation. From breaking news to inspiring documentaries, from grassroots traditions, mysteries of life to global perspectives, we'll tell your stories. We amplify your voice and your vision. With every screen we light up, we connect, inform, and empower. It's more than a television. This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Aneke Pascal Oyeka Care Foundation has continued its book donation program, distributing over 1,000 books to 2 schools in Enugu. The initiative aimed at supporting children from less privileged backgrounds was designed to encourage academic focus and instill hope for a brighter future. The latest beneficiaries of the program are Community Primary School, Ohoona, Oboka, Nkanu East Local Government Area, and Station Primary School, Abani, in Nkanu West Local Government Area, which received no fewer than 1,000 exercise books. Led by Obinna Obu, Program Officer of the Foundation, the team was warmly received by the school's management, teachers, and pupils. Each pupil at Community Primary School, Ohoona, Oboka, Nkanu East Local Government Area received 3 free exercise books. The atmosphere was filled with joy as grateful teachers offered heartfelt prayers and words of appreciation for the Foundation's benevolent act. Donating the exercise books on behalf of the Foundation, the program officer Obinna Obu explained that the gesture was to encourage the pupils to show more interest in education and to read their books. Obu said that the intervention became necessary to help them achieve their dreams.
There are many people who are willing to go to school, but because of lack of support, they have been discouraged to continue with their educations, largely due to their family background, lack of finance to continue with their studies. So this foundation discovered from onset that the only way to help man is to help introduce him to education. That's why we came up with this project, to see how we can reach out to these indigent pupils at the local areas to enable them to realize their dream in life through education.
Mrs. Jacinta Anene Wodo, who represented the head teacher at Ohoona Community Primary School, Uboka, expressed joy at the gesture and thanked Aneke Pascal Oyeka Care Foundation for choosing their school for the donation.
I'm so excited for what happened today. Through this, I believe that our pupils will try and put more effort in their study.
In like manner, the head teacher, Station Primary School, Abani, Mr. Kinsley Animba, expressed joy for the donation and prayed that God replenished the donor.
I feel very glad, I feel very happy, I'm excited because what I saw here today Honestly, I can't say I'm not expecting it, but it just came sudden, but it's very, very good. So I'm impressed.
The head boy of Ohana Community Primary School, Uboka Olebube Ede, thanked Aneke Pascal Oyeka Care Foundation for the books and urged him to keep up. While that of Station Primary School, Abani, Chimbusom Mavera Oyenechi said that she felt elated that new exercise books were given to them free and promised to study hard to justify the gifts.
I feel very better that they should read their books and listen to the teachers and improve in their educations.
The youth leader of Ohana, Uboka Ikenna Chukwu, while expressing joy at the gesture, said that he was happy that the local school was remembered.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see something like this in my community, because it's make the student to build up their education, like come up, know that they have someone, they have people in this community. Seeing Aneke Pascal Care Foundation today in my community, I was very happy. When I hear something like that, I was very happy.
The donation continues with schools in other local government areas. It's been Chibuike China reporting for Aneke TV.
The K-Viral Hope for the Hopeless Widows Foundation recently celebrated its one-year anniversary with a strong focus on the theme gender-based violence. K-Viral is a non-governmental organization founded by Pastor Obodekwe Izora Kate. The foundation was born out of a deep concern for widows who are often neglected, silenced, and forgotten. Its mission is to provide support, guidance, and empowerment to widows, helping them rise above grief, poverty, and loneliness. The foundation's core values are compassion, hope, and empowerment. It exists to give widows a new beginning, a reason to smile again, to dream again, and to stand strong again. At the anniversary event, the lecture focused on the causes of gender-based violence, especially how it affects widows and what can be done to stop it. Some of the suggested solutions included creating more awareness, holding town hall meetings, training and empowering widows, and building platforms where their voices can be heard and respected. The foundation also used the occasion to push for widows to be included in politics and governance. They believe widows have a role to play in the decisions that shape their communities, and they deserve to be taught how to take part in leadership at every level. The founder and CEO, Pastor Obodekwe Izora Kate, spoke about her journey. She said her love for humanity, especially widows, led her to create the foundation.
Well, it's something I've always had a passion for, humanity. Even right from when I was a little kid, even before I knew I was going to become a widow, I've always had a passion for humanity. So, and from childhood till I grew up to adulthood, I've always been, a humanitarian person. So, and unfortunately, I lost my husband, and how I even started, I don't know. I can't even tell. But I just saw myself gathering widows, and and I carried it on top of my head to make sure that widows don't cry, because I have passed through widowhood and I know what widowhood is all about. What I have to tell the widows out there is that they should keep on striving to survive. They should keep on being strong and resilient. That we are only widowed, we are not widowed. We can actually do something for ourselves, I know it's not easy at all, but then I want them to be strong. I don't want them to see themselves as being vulnerable.
One of the special moments during the celebration was the recognition of Mrs. Ngozi Otahumele, the presenter of Nzuko Umuwanyi on Aneke TV, a growing media house in Enugu State. Her program highlights issues regarding the welfare of the family and the society, ranging from gender-based issues, cultural, morals, and especially how women can effectively contribute to the uplift of the society. She was honored with the Best Media Matron 002 Award by the Foundation for her outstanding contributions and support to their cause. Overwhelmed with joy, she shared a few words.
I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I didn't see this coming. I would say I'm overwhelmed because sometimes when you are doing something, you don't know that people are watching you. That's why it is good to be good. For whatever good thing you do, the society knows what you're doing. When you do good, goodness will come back to you. When you do bad, badness will come back to you. So I'm so excited. I feel elated by this honor given to me. I wouldn't say I don't deserve it, but I didn't know that I'm being recognized for what I do.
As the K-Vicro Foundation marks 1 year of impact, the message remains strong. It's time for widows to speak up, stand together, and work toward a better future where their voices are amplified.
Enugu State, Barrister Ifeanyi Osai, Your Excellency, the former governor of old Anambra State, our father, our leader, His Excellency, Senator Jim Ifeanyi Chukwu Nwobodo, and his amiable wife, Her Excellency Lady Pat Nwobodo. The Speaker, Enugu State House of Assembly, members of the National Assembly here, both serving and former, the Chairman of the House of Representatives, Caucus of Southeast, Right Honorable Nnolim Nnaji, and indeed other members of the House of Representatives that are here, the Chief Judge of Enugu State, the President of Enugu State Customary Court of Appeal, the PD mortality rates were at unacceptable levels. Too many lives lost and futures ended before they began. In many communities, security was a promise waiting to be kept. The taps were dry, the roads broken, and the trust between people and government one thing. But we knew, you knew, that beneath the layers of political fatigue was a sleeping giant. Our mission was clear: to wake this sleeping giant and teach it how to walk tall again. Beyond rousing a sleeping giant, we had a whole new vision. We had a bold, disruptive, and transcendental vision. One that would not merely change the statistics, but change lives. We saw a future where a mother no longer feared childbirth because skilled doctors and stock clinics were just minutes away. Where a young man in Nsukka didn't have to migrate to find work. Where a student no longer studied by candlelight or on an empty stomach, but in a digitally equipped classroom where you have free meals as well. We imagine goods and industry moving across smooth and safe roads. And above all, people would feel seen, not just as voters, but as citizens of a state finally awake to its purpose. People thought we weren't the ones to manage this kind of transformation, that we spoke too boldly, moved too fast, or dared too much. There were whispers that it was business as usual. Was this another government dressed in new suits, driven by old habits? Some had heard too many promises and seen too few results. They gathered their hope, and we understood that. Their doubts were echoes of too many broken promises. There was this elderly man who recalled with nostalgia how Enugu once teemed with many industries, how youth willing to work readily found job opportunities here. I'll never forget the sadness in his eyes, and he lamented the loss of such opportunities. There was a grandmother who had lost 2 daughters because the primary healthcare center in their vicinity could not offer the needed maternity care. These stories are real. So too were the fears. But some pushback was fueled by plain mischief. There was others who simply did not want us to succeed because progress would undo the comfort of old systems. They fought with doubts, with delay, and sometimes with outright sabotage. But change seeks no permission. It moves even through resistance. We chose action over comfort. Sometimes progress over popularity. Real change is not fanciful. It is hard. It resists. It wounds. And sometimes it tests our faith. There have been nights I barely slept because of the weight of decisions we must make. There are days I pause, not from indecision, but from compassion. I'm constantly thinking, how will this decision affect the people? Have we thought through the consequences? It is part of the burden of leadership. Development is necessary, but it does not come with easy choices. It comes sometimes with very difficult choices. We were not promised ease, only the chance to serve. And so we pressed on, knowing that the first step towards transformation was into the unknown, with only the light of our vision as our guide. We chose to act swiftly because we had no luxury of time. In our first 180 days, we restored clean water to parts of Enugu metropolis by activating the 9th mile water scheme. We flagged off 71 urban roads and 20 rural roads projects, connecting our people and reviving our local economies. We brought back school feeding program so that our children could learn on full stomachs. We launched a digital business portal, cutting registration time because bureaucracy should never stand in the way of our ambition. We began civil service reforms using digital verification, ensuring that the public fund serves real workers and not ghost names. And because security is the foundation of every promise, we deployed a distress response squad and installed an AI-embedded security surveillance system that has now helped reduce urban crime by up to 80%. These early achievements were statements we made to you. They sent a strong message that we're serious about delivering on our mandate. In just 2 years, we have begun to rewire the foundation of Enugu State for future promise. We have constructed over 800 kilometers of roads, opening up access to markets, industry, schools, and hospitals. These roads cut across urban and rural communities. No community is being left behind. We built the systems that powered them too. To date, we have delivered 5 ultra-modern terminals across the state. Number 1, the Holy Ghost Terminal 1 for interstate travel with a sky bridge linking you to Terminal 2. Holy Ghost Terminal 2 for intra-city transport. The Gariki Terminal, the Ababa Terminal, the Nsuka Terminal, all ready for commissioning. We have also allocated 33% of our budget to education alone, surpassing even the global benchmarks, because we believe that our future is forged in the classrooms. Soon, we will begin the rollout of 260 smart green schools across the state. Those smart schools will all be equipped with digital whiteboards, science labs, and solar power experiential learning, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, robotics, mechatronics. These spaces where our children will no longer dream of opportunities, but they will grow, learning how to create the opportunities. Alongside this, we are building 260 primary healthcare centers across the entire state. Everyone must have a primary healthcare center. Each of the healthcare centers is designed and equipped with solar panel staff quarter. Our cargo, we also now have a provision where we're also doing a very distinguished things in our transportation sector. Our cargo terminal will soon be ready. The international wing of our airport will soon become operational. That way, we can move cargo from Enugu here across the entire world. What that means is that our tech-enabled logistics and trading dream will come through to every Igbo businessman. That means that our businessmen can hop on a night flight from Enugu to London, to Dubai, to Guangzhou, to United Kingdom, and even to the United States. Seal a deal by noon and return the next day. Ndi Enugu, Nkabu Nkai. We have also conceived a radical overhaul of our transport system. We have procured 200 CNG buses and 2,000 city taxis. Our ticketing technology will significantly reduce the cost of transportation for every family. Each bus will have an electronic card. You can purchase your electronic card, and that card will suffice for you to take a trip for the whole day. So you don't need to buy your ticket each time you travel. Just by one card, you're able to take multiple trips. Thank you. That we're going to have 3 million visitors to Enugu, and we know that we cannot wish that into existence. We must be very intentional about it. So, we are also creating a tourism experience for Ndi Enugu and visitors alike. That experience is mind-blowing. We are constructing 2 canopy walkways, one each at Ohum Waterfall and at the Nsude Pyramids. We have also launched a bold redevelopment plan for the Ngwo Pine Forest. This includes a 300-meter zip line, the first such in Nigeria. Parks and green spaces are essential to a city's livability. Without them, cities lose their soul and are no more than a concrete jungles. We're carrying out an extensive revamp of 5 recreational parks in Enugu City. These include Ejindu Park, the Ejindu Park in the Coal City, Ngwo and Eze Parks in Uwani, the Naji Park in New Haven, and of course our very Unity Park. In few weeks, these parks would be open to the public and will be equipped with facilities like football pitches, swimming pools, basketball, lawn tennis courts, game arcades, and playgrounds for our children. We are reclaiming a glorious history frozen in time and prepping for a bigger glories. When the Hotel Presidential opened in 1963, it was an iconic facility, truly befitting of its name. It is hard to find words that best describe the sad fate that befell this structure. Once a source of pride for the old eastern region, nay, southeast. But today, the old glory has returned. In a couple of weeks, the revamped Hotel Presidential will regain its rightful pride of place in the hospitality space. A similar tale will also be experienced by our landmark Aneke Lake Resort after its remarkable makeover. These are real shifts in the life of ordinary people. They reflect in the mother in Nkanu East, no longer walking 5 kilometers to access healthcare. The teacher in Nsukka now teaching with digital tools. The child in Aniri who goes to school with a meal in her stomach and the chance of a future in her hand. Today, we stand on the threshold of irreversible transformation. But there are some who would say that we have packed projects that should normally be spread across 2 terms into 2 years. But such mindset is a disservice to the people. Progress doesn't imply there are no more frontiers left to be conquered. We will never become complacent on the strength of our accomplishments. This is a solemn promise I made to you today. What we have achieved so far, though meaningful and measurable, is only the foundation. The roads we have built, the schools we have opened, the hospitals we have equipped, these are just the beginning of the story we are writing together. But the true test, the great test, is whether we can hold fast to the vision that brought us here. Because progress is not linear. It weaves through resistance and sacrifice. And it takes a people who can see beyond the dust of the present into the skyline of the future and into what is possible. We can further glimpse what is possible in the emerging new Enugu city, a mixed-use real estate that could arguably become Africa's most modern city. We must be honest. There are still tangible gaps we have to close. Many rural communities remain without access to healthcare. Schools still lack teachers and basic resources. Our roads, while expanding, have yet to reach the more remote communities. Power supply and broadband penetration remain uneven. And despite growing investors' interest, too many of our young people still struggle to find meaningful work. If you ask a civil servant what constitutes your worst fear, a common response is likely to be the uncertainty of retirement. These are the unfinished chapters of our promise, and we are not blind to them. We have climbed, yes, but the summit still calls. We know there are doubts, questions that live in the hearts of our people. Can we really do this? Yes. Can this be sustained? Yes. Is the vision too ambitious? No. Too fragile to outlast one administration? No. Some wonder if the sacrifices have been too sharp, the change too fast, and the cost too personal. These are not unreasonable questions. They are the reflection of a people who have seen promises made and unmade. And they deserve answers, not in words alone, but in the steady proof of our accountability. By no means will our enthusiasm be dampened by our success. If we stay the course, in 2 to 4 years, Enugu will be a flame of hope, not just for ourselves, but for Africa. Our economy, once restrained at $4.4 billion, will rise to the $30 billion economy. Through bold planning, secure investments, and a collective effort to make Enugu the beating heart of the Southeast. Our land will hum with enterprise. Water will continue to flow in our homes across Enugu metropolis. Udi, Nsukka, because we fixed the pipes, the process, and the politics. Roads once eaten by erosion will carry goods and ambition with equal ease. In classrooms, our children will learn coding as natural as they once learned with chalk. Digital literacy is no longer optional. Our poverty headcount rate, once a haunting statistic, will become a memory as young people find jobs in the knowledge economy, the creative industry, the green energy sector, e-commerce and agriculture, where hoes and cutlasses once tilled, tractors will plow. Frontline health centers will no longer be overrun with demands, but become engines of prevention and care. Retirement won't be a period that workers dread, because every worker will receive their gratuity upon retirement. If we endure, if we finish this journey, Enugu will not simply be changed, it will be reborn. This is not mine alone. This vision is not mine alone. It is yours to realize, yours to defend, and yours to demand. The road ahead is steep, but it is ours. So I call on you, citizens, civil servants, entrepreneurs, artisans, students, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons of Enugu. Let us finish this journey. With love, with courage, with unshakable faith in what we can become. The future we promise won't be wished into existence. We must build it by the choices we make now. That tomorrow starts now. Our tomorrow, our tomorrow, our tomorrow. God bless Enugu State. God bless the Republic, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Hepatitis, a cankerworm eaten deep into our system. Health experts have expressed concern on the growing dangers of hepatitis in Nigeria, calling for proactive measures and public enlightenment. Hepatitis, they say, is a serious infection that causes inflammation of the liver, mostly spread by viruses. Of the 5 main types, A, B, C, D, and E, Hepatitis B is identified as the most dangerous, with Nigeria facing a worrying 9.5% infection rate. According to legit intel, more than 18 million Nigerians are currently living with hepatitis B. Every year, Over 4,000 people in the country lose their lives to liver cancer caused by untreated hepatitis B. As part of the campaign to commemorate World Hepatitis Day, organizations and groups use the period to offer free hepatitis B screening, health education, and one-on-one consultations. The aim is not just to test, but to inform and protect. Health workers, however, have raised concerns about vaccine access. While newborns in Nigeria receive the hepatitis B vaccine for free, adults are expected to pay for theirs, a cost many cannot afford. This continues to limit the fight against the disease. The public is strongly encouraged to take preventive steps, get vaccinated, practice safe sex, avoid sharing sharp objects like needles and razors, keep personal and environmental hygiene high. A medical practitioner, Dr. Ejiofor Mama, warned that ignoring hepatitis B could lead to severe consequences such as liver failure, cancer, and in many cases, death.
The body. I think it's good to tell you that it is located at the upper quadrant, just right upper quadrant, slightly, below the diaphragm, somewhere. So it runs this way, and it's from here down, just like a wedge that's stretching from the right side down to the left flank of it, and it does a lot of functions. It helps in metabolizing any food you take. It detoxifies waste, and also provides some essential enzymes that will help your body to work. And once it's not working proper, I find out that the waste we are generating might eventually not be excreted properly, and at the end of the day, it might lead to, presentation of yellowish eye, and also an advanced case, bloated abdomen, fever, nausea, and even to the extent of having swollen extremities when the liver is not working, because it helps in the metabolism of the food we are taking. If it is not working, the food we are taking might not be properly digested, and the amino taken well absorbed and not be properly utilized. And in the end, you find such a person even losing weight. So those are the symptoms that hepatitis is always presenting.
Experts also clarify that not all hepatitis cases are viral. According to them, some are caused by the immune system attacking the liver or by excessive alcohol use. They stressed that infection can spread through unprotected sex, sharing grooming tools, or consuming contaminated food and water. Despite a vaccination program launched back in 2004, many adults, especially in rural areas, remain unvaccinated. Experts and stakeholders have called for stronger government efforts and private sector involvement to make vaccines more accessible and affordable. Get screened, get protected, get vaccinated. I am Odochukwu Ebuka Gerald, Aneke TV.
The red cap is a powerful symbol of authority, tradition, and chieftaincy. It signifies leadership, cultural identity, and a connection to the ancestors. The red cap is primarily worn by men who hold traditional titles such as Nze, Ozo, Ichie, Chief, Onyish. The number of eagle feathers on the cap can denote the wearer's status within the chieftaincy system. The red cap comes in different shapes, and each shape represents a particular hierarchy in the traditional institution in Igbo land.
There are two types of kola nut produced in Nigeria: kola nitida, otherwise called gworo, and widely eaten in northern part of Nigeria. Kola acuminata, also referred to as Igbo kola, is of local origin and occupies an important position in social, religious, and sacred ceremonies in Igbo society. It is seen as a vital and sacred fruit in Igbo land and serves as the major instrument of prayers connecting the ancestors. It cements discussions and also the fundamental bedrock of philosophy and proverbs. It is a symbol of welcome, unity, and peace. If kola nut contains one cotyledon, it is regarded as dump kola nut and thrown away. Kola nut with 4 cotyledons represents the 4 Igbo market days: Eke, Orie, Afo, and Nkwo. If kola nut contains more than 6 cotyledons, it signifies blessings and wealth, and it is celebrated. There is also another type of Igbo kola nut called Ojugo, which is referred to as the king of Igbo kola. The reproductive organ of the kola nut is referred to as the tongue, and it is removed after prayers and thrown to the spirit of the ancestors.
Ibai. Ekele mu. Ojo kwani eje gondo. Ndo ana atoka. Onya na anaba nke nya no na agwo. Ibai adino. Ogologo ndo. Aruike. No doma. Odoma ibeje ne ndo anya. Na onye ngori ibeje ne ndo anya. Nelufuta muri ya. Imana na nsogbu ya olise bụ wanyị na-ekene gị Chukwu okike onye ogologo ndụ na ogologo anya na-ahụ udo na ọchịchị anyị na-ekene gị na-ekene gị maka tata na-ayọ maka echi maka na ọsọ maka eme echi anya amara na ya dịka echi na echi anaghị agwụ agwụgwụ na ihe ya adịrị anyị mma ndị be anya onwekwara ihe ọzọ na anyị enye ndị ichie dipụtara anyị na-ere nke
Beauty is not a mirror's gift. It lives deeper in how we listen, how we love, how we live. It's the kindness that lingers and the courage that doesn't quit. The world may sell perfection, but real beauty is flawed, fierce, and free. It's in stretch marks and smile lines, in stories and scars. When you see someone who glows, it's not their skin, it's their soul breaking through. That's beauty, raw, radiant, and real.
Zenzile Miriam Makeba, nicknamed Mama Africa. She was a South African singer, songwriter, actress, and civil rights. Born March 4, 1932, in Johannesburg to Swazi and Xhosa parents, was associated with various musical genres such as Afro-pop, jazz, and music world. Makeba's career flourished in the United States and she released several albums and songs, her most popular being Pata Pata 1967. Along with Belafonte, she received a Grammy Award for Best Folk Recording for their 1965 album An Evening with Belafonte Makeba. Makeba was among the first African musicians to receive worldwide recognition. Despite her cosmopolitan background, she was frequently viewed by Western audiences as an embodiment of Africa. She was also seen as a style icon in both South Africa and the West. On 9 November 2008, Makeba fell ill during a concert in Castle Volturno near Caserta. She suffered a heart attack after singing her hit song Pata Pata and was taken to the Pinter Grand Clinic where doctors were unable to revive her. She was 76.
Welcome to Aneke TV, the heartbeat of culture, truth, and innovation. From breaking news to inspiring documentaries, from grassroots traditions, mysteries of life to global perspectives, we'll tell your stories. We amplify your voice and your vision. With every screen we light up, we connect, inform, and empower. It's more than a television. This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Aneke Pascal Oyeka Care Foundation has continued its book donation program, distributing over 1,000 books to 2 schools in Enugu. The initiative aimed at supporting children from less privileged backgrounds was designed to encourage academic focus and instill hope for a brighter future. The latest beneficiaries of the program are Community Primary School, Ohona, Oboka, Nkanu East Local Government Area, and Station Primary School, Abane, in Nkanu West Local Government Area, which received no fewer than 1,000 exercise books. Led by Obinna Obu, Program Officer of the Foundation, the team was warmly received by the school's management, teachers, and pupils. Each pupil at Community Primary School, Ohona, Oboka, Nkanu East Local Government Area received 3 free exercise books. The atmosphere was filled with joy as grateful teachers offered heartfelt prayers and words of appreciation for the Foundation's benevolent act. Donating the exercise books on behalf of the Foundation, the program officer Obinna Obu explained that the gesture was to encourage the pupils to show more interest in education and to read their books. Obu said that the intervention became necessary to help them achieve their dreams.
There are many people who are willing to go to school, but because of lack of support, they have been discouraged to continue with their educations, largely due to their family background, lack of finance to continue with their studies. So this foundation discovered from onset that the only way to help man is to help introduce him to education. That's why we came up with this project, to see how we can reach out to these indigent pupils at the local areas to enable them to realize their dream in life through education.
Mrs. Jacinta Anene Wodo, who represented the head teacher at Ohona Community Primary School, Uboka, expressed joy at the gesture and thanked Aneke Pascal Oyeka Care Foundation for choosing their school for the donation.
I'm so excited for what happened today. Through this, I believe that our pupils will try and put more effort in their study.
In like manner, the head teacher, Station Primary School, Abani, Mr. Kinsley Animba, expressed joy for the donation and prayed that God replenished the donor.
I feel very glad, I feel very happy, I'm excited because what I saw here today, honestly I cannot say I'm not expecting it, but it just came sudden, but it's very, very good. So I'm impressed.
The head boy of Ohana Community Primary School, Uboka Olebube Ede, thanked Aneke Pasca Oyeka Care Foundation for the books and urged him to keep up. While that of Station Primary School, Abani Chimbusom Mavera Oyenechi said that she felt elated that new exercise books were given to them free and promised to study hard to justify the gifts.
I feel very better that they should read their books and listen to the teachers and improve in their educations.
The youth leader of Ohana, Uboka Ikenna Chukwu, while expressing joy at the gesture, said that he was happy that the local school was remembered.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see something like this in my community, because it's make the student to build up their education, like come up, know that they have someone, they have people in this community. Seeing Aneke Pasca Care Foundation today in my community, I was very happy. When I hear something like that, I was very happy.
The donation continues with schools in other local government areas. It's been Chibuike China reporting for Aneke TV.
The K-Viral Hope for the Hopeless Widows Foundation recently celebrated its one-year anniversary with a strong focus on the theme Gender-Based Violence. K-Viral is a non-governmental organization founded by Pastor Obodekwe Izora Kate. The foundation was born out of a deep concern for widows who are often neglected, silenced, and forgotten. Its mission is to provide support, guidance, and empowerment to widows, helping them rise above grief, poverty, and loneliness. The foundation's core values are compassion, hope, and empowerment. It exists to give widows a new beginning, a reason to smile again, to dream again, and to stand strong again. At the anniversary event, the lecture focused on the causes of gender-based violence, especially how it affects widows and what can be done to stop it. Some of the suggested solutions included creating more awareness, holding town hall meetings, training and empowering widows, and building platforms where their voices can be heard and respected. The foundation also used the occasion to push for widows to be included in politics and governance. They believe widows have a role to play in the decisions that shape their communities, and they deserve to be taught how to take part in leadership at every level. The founder and CEO, Pastor Obodekwe Izora Kate, spoke about her journey. She said her love for humanity, especially widows, led her to create the foundation.
Well, it's something I've always had a passion for, humanity. Even right from when I was a little kid, even before I knew I was going to become a widow, I've always had a passion for humanity. So, and from childhood till I grew up to adulthood, I've always been, a humanitarian person. So, and unfortunately, I lost my husband, and how I even started, I don't know. I can't even tell. But I just saw myself gathering widows, and and I carried it on top of my head to make sure that widows don't cry, because I have passed through widowhood and I know what widowhood is all about. What I have to tell the widows out there is that they should keep on striving to survive. They should keep on being strong and resilient. That we are only widowed, we are not widowed. We can actually do something for ourselves, I know it's not easy at all, but then I want them to be strong. I don't want them to see themselves as being vulnerable.
One of the special moments during the celebration was the recognition of Mrs. Ngozi Otahumele, the presenter of Nzuko Umuwanyi on Aneke TV, a growing media house in Enugu State. Her program highlights issues regarding the welfare of the family and the society, ranging from gender-based issues, cultural, morals, and especially how women can effectively contribute to the uplift of the society. She was honored with the Best Media Matron 002 Award by the Foundation for her outstanding contributions and support to their cause. Overwhelmed with joy, she shared a few words.
I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I didn't see this coming. I would say I'm overwhelmed because sometimes when you're doing something, you don't know that people are watching you. That's why it is good to be good. For whatever good thing you do, the society knows what you're doing. When you do good, goodness will come back to you. When you do bad, badness will come back to you. So I'm so excited. I feel elated by this honor given to me. I wouldn't say I don't deserve it, but I didn't know that I'm being recognized for what I do.
As the K Vicro Foundation marks 1 year of impact, the message remains strong. It's time for widows to speak up, stand together, and work toward a better future where their voices are amplified.
Good afternoon and welcome to the news across the country on Aneke TV. First, the headlines. EFCC boss denies forcing NNPCL boss to resign. Obi says Nigeria needs parties bigger than government. WAEC to restore results portal in 24 hours. Governor Soludo confirms Professor Omenuha as Ojukwu Varsity Substantive VC. Enugu State Government seals X-ray unit in State Hospital. Now the news in details. I'm Deborah Makuba. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has denied reports not by Aneke Television that he forced the chief executive officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, Bayo Ojulari to resign. In a statement by EFCC spokesman Lele Onyewale, Olukoyede faulted a report by an online portal alleging that he allegedly abducted Ojulari and forced him to resign in Abuja. The EFCC boss demanded that a retraction of the story from the online platform and a public apology within 48 hours. Though there have been reports about Ojulari's resignation, the NNPCL boss, the state-owned company, and the presidency have commented on the development. In the meantime, the Court of Appeal in Lagos has restored the interim forfeiture order obtained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to seize 14 properties allegedly linked to former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello. Justice Yagata Nimpa, who read the unanimous judgment, which was delivered virtually, set aside a federal high court ruling that struck out the order and held that the lower court erred in law by relying on Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution. Justice Nimpa, in restoring the preservation order, held that immunity does not extend to properties suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activity, and such assets can be investigated and preserved pending the outcome of a future application. The other justice of the panel who concurred with decision are Justice Danlami Senchi and Justice Paul Bassi. They directed the EFCC to proceed to a final forfeiture hearing. A suspected Enugu ritualist, Obi Levi Obieze, 40, has been arraigned before an Enugu North Magistrate Court for alleged kidnapping and killings in Enugu. Obieze, popularly known as Ide Play Ide Show, was arraigned alongside one Sebastian Ofo, 64, and Ejike Odiwampa, 38. The trio were arraigned on a 3-count charge bordering on conspiracy, kidnapping, and killing. When the charges were read to them, the defendants pleaded not guilty to them all. The Chief Magistrate, O.S. Chukwani, however, ordered them to be remanded at the Enugu Correctional Center, pending the advice from the Director of Public Prosecution, Enugu State Ministry of Justice. Chukwani also said that the defendants had the right to seek for bail application at the State High Court. Earlier, the prosecuting counsel, SP Justice Atta, told the court that the defendants and others now at large had on April 2025 conspired amongst themselves to kidnap one Ukamaka Okoye, 13, Chimobi Ezi, 15, and Joy Udokamma, 31. Atta added that the defendants allegedly killed Ezi and Udokamma. He said the incident happened at Umojo Isiago, Umumba community in Eziago local government area of Enugu State. According to him, the offenses are punishable under Section 495A of Criminal Code Cap 30, Volume 2, Revised Laws of Enugu State 2004, and 315-2 of Criminal Code Amendment Law of Enugu State Number 14, 2010. The matter was, however, adjourned to August 20th for hearing. News Agency of Nigeria records that Obieze, a resident of Umojo village in Isiago community, a known native doctor, on May 29th, allegedly kidnapped a 13-year-old girl, Ukamaka Okoye, while walking with her father to the farm through 3 of his men. She subsequently rescued by the vigilantes in collaboration with the operatives of the Nigerian police from a dungeon purportedly linked to Obieze, and in the process, the remains of Udokamma and Ezi were found inside the pit. Obieze was later apprehended by custom officers along Badagry-Seme Expressway while trying to flee the country, and subsequently brought to Enugu to face the music. To Sokoto State. The Sokoto State Police Command has disbursed 14.1 million naira to families of officers who died or sustained injury in line of duty. The checks totaling 14,120,491.70 naira were presented under the Inspector General of Police Family Welfare Scheme, Group Life Assurance, and Group Personal Accident Scheme during a brief but emotional ceremony at the command headquarters in Sokoto. Commissioner of Police Ahmed Musa, who supervised the disbursement on behalf of IG Kayode Ebetokun, was represented by the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of Finance and Administration, DCP Umar Abubakar Sokoto. Environmental matters. A devastating flood from a downpour has hit Dugwaba district in Hong local government area of Adamawa State. This comes less than 2 weeks after a similar disaster ravaged part of Yola, the state capital. According to the Deputy Governor of the state, Professor Kaletapwa Farautu, the flood claimed 29 lives. The latest flood wreaked havoc across Dugwaba and neighboring communities after what sources described as relentless heavy rainfall. Reports yesterday indicated that the flood severed critical links between Dugwaba and surrounding settlements and as far as neighboring Yadu district, submerging houses and washing away farmlands. To political matters. The Labour Party presidential candidate for 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi, has tasked Nigerians to be committed to building political parties that are bigger than government and law-abiding. Mr. Obi stated this in his remarks at the public presentation of 2 books entitled The Bubbles of Nigerian Democracy, The Missings of Nigerian Journalists, and Wadata Wonders, Memoirs of a Partisan Journalist. The books were authored by veteran journalist Ike Abonyi. Mr. Obi, while urging Nigerians to remain committed to building that new Nigeria, advised citizens, especially journalists with deep knowledge of Nigerian politics, to write more for people to read and understand the nature of Nigeria political space. To some educational matters. The West African Examination Council (WAEC) has promised to restore its result portal site in the next 24 hours. This follows the temporary shutdown of the site. Confirming the development via a text message by the head of public affairs of the council, Moyosola Adeshino, of the examination body, the result checker portal www.wayedirect.org was temporarily shut down due to technical issues. She said the council was working assiduously to ensure candidates can access their results in the next 24 hours. Mrs. Adeshino regretted any inconvenience that might have caused the public. In the meantime, strong reaction against the mass failure of candidates in this year's Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination (SSCE) has continued, with parents and some groups calling for the cancellation of some of the papers, especially English language. This is even as the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools (NAPPS), in criticizing the conduct of the examination during nighttime hours, described it as unacceptable and detrimental to performance. Recall that only 38.32% passed English language and mathematics at the credit level. Both papers are key to securing university admission in the country. Commentators on the development, especially parents, blame the mass failure on lapses on the part of the West African Examination Council (WAEC) regarding the time the English language exam was written by the candidates. Meanwhile, Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State has announced Professor Kate Omenuha as the substantive Vice-Chancellor of Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu Varsity. Governor Soludo made the confirmation in an appointment letter delivered through Professor Solo Chukwu Lobelu, the Secretary to Anambra Government at the Government House, Awka. Professor Omenuha, until her confirmation, has been acting capacity since December 2023. The appointment marked the end of the selection exercise, which started with formal advertisements on January 2nd. Mr. Christian Aburime, Press Secretary to Soludo, who made this public, quoted the governor as wishing Omenuha a successful tenure and assured her of his administration's support while calling on the university community and stakeholders to accord her the needed support. To health matters. The Enugu State Commissioner for Health, Professor George Ugu, has sealed the X-ray section of the Poly General Hospital located in Asata, heart of the state capital. Professor Ugu sealed the unit during an on-the-spot inspection by him and a team of the Ministry of Health officials, having identified the X-ray unit of the hospital as an unsafe practices with regulatory breaches. The commissioner explained that the action was necessary to protect patients, staff, and the community from potential hazards associated with improper handling and operation of radiology equipment. He stated that the safety of the citizens was non-negotiable, adding that any health facility operating without meeting required safety and operational standards would face immediate sanctions. The commissioner assured the public that the facility will resume its X-ray services only after rectifying all violations and undergoing a follow-up inspection by the Ministry of Health. To end the news across the country, here are the main points. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has denied reports not by Aneke television that he forced the chief executive officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, Bayo Ojulari, to resign. The Labour Party presidential candidate for 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, has tasked Nigeria to be committed to building political parties that are bigger than government and law-abiding. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has promised to restore its result portal site in the next 24 hours. We also told you that the Enugu State Commissioner for Health, Professor George Ugu, has sealed the X-ray section of the Poly General Hospital located in Asata, heart of the state capital. Professor Ugu sealed the unit during an on-the-spot inspection by him and a team of Ministry of Health officials, having identified the X-ray unit of the hospital as an unsafe practices with regulatory breaches. That was the news. For breaking news, eyewitness report, please call 070-3043-7110. Thanks for joining us. I'm Deborah Wakoba.
Beauty is not a mirror's gift. It lives deeper in how we listen, how we love, how we live. It's the kindness that lingers and the courage that doesn't quit. The world may sell perfection, but real beauty is flawed, fierce, and free. It's in stretch marks and smile lines, in stories and scars. When you see someone who glows, it's not their skin, it's their soul breaking through. That's beauty, raw, radiant, and real.
Zenzile Miriam Makeba, nicknamed Mama Africa. She was a South African singer, songwriter, actress, and civil rights. Born March 4, 1932, in Johannesburg to Swazi and Xhosa parents, was associated with various musical genres such as Afro-pop, jazz, and music world. Makeba's career flourished in the United States and she released several albums and songs, her most popular being Pata Pata 1967. Along with Belafonte, she received a Grammy Award for Best Folk Recording for their 1965 album An Evening with Belafonte Makeba. Makeba was among the first African musicians to receive worldwide recognition. Despite her cosmopolitan background, she was frequently viewed by Western audiences as an embodiment of Africa. She was also seen as a style icon in both South Africa and the West. On 9 November 2008, Makeba fell ill during a concert in Castle Volturno near Caserta. She suffered a heart attack after singing her hit song Pata Pata and was taken to the Pinter Grand Clinic where doctors were unable to revive her. She was 76.
Good day, Nigeria, and welcome to another edition of the Civil Shield right here on Aneke TV, the platform where we spotlight the unsung heroes safeguarding our communities. When we talk about national security, the spotlight usually falls on the military or the police. But beyond the noise, there is a vital force that works quietly and effectively within our farmlands, schools, and neighborhoods, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Today on the Civil Shield, we will turn our focus to one of its most strategic and specialized arms, the Agro Rangers. Now, this unit was created in response to increased threats to food security and rural safety. Their mission to protect farmers and farmlands, also agricultural assets across Nigeria. So from patrols in volatile zones to conflict prevention between herders and farmers, the Agro Rangers are bridging the gap between security and sustainability, and their work is more relevant now than ever. Now, to help us better understand the critical role of the NSCDC Agro Rangers, we're joined by our distinguished guest speakers who will shed more light on their operations, their challenges, and impact on national security. Deputy Commandant of Corps, Gloria Obuka, a principal staff of NSCDC Enugu Command, and PA to the State Commandant of the Public Relations Office, Mwatu Emmanuel, the Superintendent of Corps, NSCDC Enugu State. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you once again.
Fitwins, thank you.
All right, to begin, for those hearing about the Agro Rangers for the first time, what exactly is Agro Rangers unit within the NSCDC and what exactly makes it unique?
Thank you so much, Fitwins. Thank you, Aneke TV. It's always a delight to be here on this weekly show. And I'm sure that the viewers are looking forward to a very interesting episode today.
Always.
Thank you so much. Well, the focus today is on Agro Rangers, the NSCDC Agro Rangers, which is a very specialized unit